Welcome. Witty Pizza here, and boy howdy do we have a story for you tonight. And does it have one of the greatest actors to ever grace our presence? Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Let's get into it. Starting in the year 2011, I had lived in Havre, Montana part-time depending on my school schedule at different points of the year. Shortly after graduating high school in 2013, however, I moved to my dad's apartment and established permanent residence. A job at Walmart soon found its way to me, and I met these two friends who I soon became acquainted with. One of them had this movie he obsessed over, a certain apex of cinema only one man could direct, produce, write, and star in. This masterclass of film was 2003's summer blockbuster known as The Room. Look at that absolute beauty. Now, a lot of things are probably racing through your mind when you see this poster here. Trust me, it's completely normal. You just gotta embrace what we are about to go and talk about. Just let it in. Let it in. That fall season, I would frequently head over to a friend's house for video games and music hangouts, and one night the room went into the Blu-ray player, and I remember being mesmerized by this oddity being projected on the television. A man with an accent that you couldn't pinpoint where it was from, long black hair, and acting chops I would perceive as characteristic. The first line uttered by this not so DiCaprio was, "Hi, babe. I have something for you." I was hooked. There's no way that this was real. Acting so atrocious that it was amazing. I asked my friend who this mystery man was. The answer that his voice bellowed was Tommy Wiseau. Anyway, sorry my background is a little messy right now. I'm planning on moving, and I got accepted into my new place. My application went through. So, if I'm going to start packing mid-video, I'm going to fucking do it. Because I'm tired of living in the crackhead shithole that I do live in, and I want to get the hell as far away from this crack den as much as I can. Anyway, let's continue the Tommy Wiseau story. Multiple showings of The Room soon followed, much to the annoyance of everyone else hanging out with us. If we weren't watching The Room, we were watching other Tommy Wiseau related media. Mainly an episode from the Adult Swim show, Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job. Our favorite skit from that episode was called Pigman, which Tommy Wiseau snorts and squeals like a hog while blabbering out nonsense. Kids in the hospital. It's very stressful. Oink, 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 oink. I am here. We even had a DVD of a web show hosted by Tommy and some weird alien side character where they reviewed popular video games at the time. Poorly, of course. Soon enough, it was time to move back to Spokane, and the years passed on. I bought the movie for myself so the enjoyment would continue. 8 years later, in August 2021, an announcement hit my YouTube recommendations. A showing of The Room at the landmark Westwood in Los Angeles for Saturday, December 18th, 2021. Lucky for me, at that point, I was stationed at Naval Air Station Lemoore, which was only 4 hours away by car. The special point of this showing, however, was Tommy Wiseau would be present as well. I've been to a theater presentation of The Room before. This, however, I had to see. After watching Spider-Man No Way Home at another theater, I had 2 hours to kill before the main event. A walk down Rodeo Drive plus some pizza and sightseeing in Beverly Hills. Finally, it was time. A crowd of loyal Room fans gathered outside the landmark with that beautiful marquee advertising the work of outstanding artistry, skill, and undeniable talent. Mingling amongst ourselves, we waited in awe and spectacle. At long last, our master showman, second to none actor, sensational director, tour de force producer, Tommy Wiseau emerged to show us his magnum opus, and boy was I ready. Yes, Mr. Wiseau, show us your perfect, uncompromised vision of mediocrity.
In a few minutes, bitch.
Who are you calling a bitch?
You and your stupid mother.
Tommy Wiseau came out and greeted the crowd that awaited in front of the theater. And there was a glass case, as this was middle of COVID time, 2021. And one by one, there was a photo op. Well, finally got to my point, and I hit him with a, "What's up, Tommy?" Gave him a little nux. And we took this sweet, delightful, delicious picture. Just look at this thing. Just take a second. Like, even though I have a COVID mask on, just the dopey, goofy smile that I can still see through it, mixed with the droopy look of the movie poster behind us. And then Tommy's hang loose, just this radiates the amount of energy that I wish I could live every day like. I got two posters that I'm holding right there. One was to go to that friend previously mentioned that lived in Montana that showed me this movie. And then one was going to go to me. Both were signed. And my friend got his framed. And mine was framed too. However, it was damaged during a move across the country. And sadly, it is no longer with us. Rest in peace. However, that Blu-ray I'm holding, it's still with us. I still have it. I love that movie. And I also still have that shirt. That red shirt right there. Just what a beautiful picture. After our picture, we were ushered into the theater auditorium where a second surprise was going to happen. Little did I know, this was also a Q&A session hosted by Mr. Tommy Wiseau himself. And the sweet cherry on top was he wanted 20 or so volunteers. And so, of course, my hand, let's go. And he calls me. And 20 or so other people. We're sharing a stage with Tommy Wiseau. And then he goes around, shakes our hand, and we're going to open up this Q&A session with our hero, with our protagonist, the Lord and Savior of our cinema in this house of worship. Let's go. Question that Tommy Wiseau so graciously and mercifully allowed me to ask was, what was his favorite scene in the room? Well, I would love to tell you, but I'm going to let Mr. Wiseau take this one. Go ahead, Tommy.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Yeah. That little bit right there that you've all seen, and that would make Marlon Brando blush, is his favorite scene from the movie. It's kind of fitting, isn't it? Anyway, so once the Q&A was finished, bam, it's time to get in the movie, and curtain goes to the side, because it's one of those old 1940s movie theaters, and the movie starts. And I've been to a couple room showings before. I know what to expect. Crowd participation. When there's pictures of spoons on the movie screen. Spoons! You launch him. But overall, it was an excellent night that I'll never forget. I got to meet one of my favorite unironic directors. Because the thing about Tommy Wiseau is that movie is so god-awful. But you kind of have to respect it because a lot of people told that guy he would never amount to something. And he said, screw that, and made his own movie. He wrote it. He produced it. He directed it. He starred it. and he financed it. And that's kind of beautiful. So I respect him. I respect the man a lot. As weird and goofy as he may be, and as bad as that movie may be, I like it. I like the story. I like how it all came together. And Tommy, if you're watching this, thanks for being you. Thank you. But I guess it's time to wrap this story up. I hope you all enjoyed it. Tommy, do you have anything to add?
Anyway, how's your sex life?
Unbelievable. I couldn't have said it better myself, buddy. Bravo. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm the Witty Pizza. Thank you for the pepperoni, and you have a great day. See you.